Have you ever noticed how the human body whispers long before it shouts? Sometimes it's a flutter in your chest, a momentary dizziness when standing, or that odd sense of tension in your neck that refuses to go away. For most of us after 60, it's easy to shrug those signs off. Just age, we say, as if the body's quiet warnings are inevitable background noise. But imagine, just for a second, you could calm that internal storm without any pills, without machines, and in less than 10 seconds. Imagine the simplest act, a motion of your own tongue, helping protect you from one of the deadliest conditions after retirement age. Stroke. Sounds unusual, doesn't it? But according to Japan's oldest practicing doctor, a man who has lived beyond a century and still walks to his clinic in the morning, the key to preventing stroke in older adults isn't only hidden in your arteries or blood pressure. It's hidden in your nervous system, and the tool to control it, inside your mouth. Now, before you think this is one of those old folk tales about magical exercises, picture this. In Tokyo, tucked inside a narrow street lined with cherry trees and small ramen shops, an elderly physician, white hair tied neatly, eyes that still glimmer with mischief, sits at his wooden desk. Each morning, patients enter, expecting advice about pills or cholesterol-lowering diets. Instead, he teaches them how to place their tongue. Yes, their tongue. 10 seconds. Silent. Uncomplicated. He calls it resetting the inner river. And when you hear the science behind it, it suddenly makes perfect sense. Let's travel just briefly inside your own body. Picture your heart and your brain as partners in a lifelong dance. Between them runs an invisible line of communication, electrical, chemical, emotional. This line is your vagus nerve, named after the Latin word for wandering, because it truly wanders. Down your neck, through your chest, touching your stomach, your lungs, and even your tongue. The vagus nerve is like a built-in peacekeeper. It tells your body, calm down, you're safe. It slows your heart rate, relaxes blood vessels, and balances your nervous system after stress. But with age, constant worry, high blood pressure, and poor posture, that nerve can weaken. The signals it sends, those soothing messages of safety, become faint. That's when the chaos begins. Irregular heartbeat, constricted blood flow, increased pressure in arteries like worn pipes rattling under strain. And that's one big reason stroke risk rises with age. This century-old Japanese doctor insists that by stimulating the vagus nerve we can restore harmony and dramatically lower that risk. His favorite method? The 10-second tongue trick. Here's how he explains it, and scientists are starting to back him up. When you gently press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, right behind the top front teeth, and hold it there while breathing slowly through your nose, something fascinating happens. Pressure sensors in the soft palate and the base of your tongue activate a reflex that engages the vagus nerve. You are literally sending your body a calm down, everything is fine message. The heart slows, blood vessels widen, blood pressure evens out. Do this for 10 seconds and it's like rebooting your nervous system, tiny, invisible, but profound. The doctor laughs when patients doubt him. You think only machines can fix you? Your body built the first machines. He's not wrong. But this simple act doesn't stand alone. The doctor pairs it with 2 other daily habits, so simple you'd barely believe they could influence something as serious as stroke risk. Yet, together, they form a quiet revolution in daily practice. The first one is intentional humming. Yes, humming as in MMM. To yourself, preferably during exhalation. Now, if you've just pictured yourself buzzing like a lazy bumblebee and thought, that can't be serious, stay with me. When you hum, vibrations move through your throat and chest, gently stimulating, you guessed it, the vagus nerve again. That vibration creates resonance in the sinuses and lungs that helps your cardiovascular system find rhythm, stability, and calm. Some European hospitals have even tested short humming sessions with seniors suffering from hypertension. Results? Measurable drops in heart rate and lower anxiety levels within days. It's the cheapest therapy known to man, air and a melody. And if you're self-conscious about humming aloud, follow the Japanese method. Hum softly under your breath while tidying the kitchen or walking. Let yourself be the world's quietest jazz singer. No audience needed. The second practice is what he calls the neck reset. You see, in your neck lie tiny sensors called baroreceptors. They constantly monitor your blood pressure and communicate with your brain to regulate it. Over time, poor posture, stress, and stiff muscles compress these sensors, making them less responsive. The trick? A slow, mindful movement to wake them up. The doctor instructs older patients to sit calm, breathe in gently, lift the chin slightly, and then exhale slowly while turning the head delicately from side to side. Just a few degrees, never straining. 3 breaths like this in the morning. That's it. Those light movements reinvigorate the baroreceptors and help restore the body's natural pressure balance. It's like gently recalibrating your inner thermostat. Once combined, the 10-second tongue placement, the humming breath, and the neck reset, you've activated all 3 pathways that influence stroke risk: vascular relaxation, nervous system regulation, and cardiovascular rhythm. Now, let's add a human story, because this wisdom isn't lived only in laboratories. It's experienced. In Lyon, France, there's a retired baker named Jean-Luc. At 68, he suffered from constant tension. Not pain exactly, but a background sense that his body was never at ease. One morning, while reading about traditional Japanese longevity routines, he stumbled on a description of this century-old doctor's tongue trick. Skeptical but curious, he tried it. 10 seconds, morning and night, paired with light humming during his daily walks by the Rhone. Within weeks, the subtle tension eased. His daughter, a nurse, noticed his face looked more relaxed, his color warmer. His blood pressure, once teetering high, stabilized. He later joked, "After 40 years of kneading dough, it turns out the muscle I needed to exercise most was my tongue." And science supported his humor. The tongue and neck muscles are deeply tied into the parasympathetic system. When they relax and activate correctly, they reduce what experts now call sympathetic overload, that constant fight-or-flight state modern life traps us in. Think about how crazy that sounds, and yet how intuitive it feels. Your body has always known how to heal itself. It just needed a gentle reminder. We spend our adult lives chasing newer pills, machines, and supplements, forgetting the nervous system is not a passive player. It's an orchestra conductor, directing every beat, breath, and pulse. When that conductor panics, chaos follows. The Japanese doctor's philosophy is elegantly simple. Calm the conductor, and the orchestra will follow. Now, before you assume this method replaces medical care, it doesn't. But it complements it powerfully. Many European cardiologists now recommend vagal tone practice as part of rehabilitation programs. Simple breathing, gentle vocal exercises, and light neck stretches can reduce heart variability stress, a key factor in stroke risk. And the beauty? It's risk-free, medication-free, and time-free. 10 seconds, twice a day. That's less time than it takes for the toast to pop. Here's the science in plain English. When your vagus nerve activates, your body releases acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that signals blood vessels to relax. The heart slows. Inflammation drops. Brain blood flow stabilizes. This isn't mystical Eastern magic. It's measurable biology. A study published by medical researchers in Osaka tracked men and women over 60 practicing daily vagal stimulation exercises. After 3 months, their resting heart rates improved, blood pressure variability eased, and reported mood levels increased. It was as if their bodies found the pause button again. Now let's lighten the mood for a second, because health education doesn't need to sound like a medical manual. Try explaining to someone at breakfast, "Excuse me, I'm just lowering my stroke risk," while pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth. See the puzzled look? That's worth a smile. But humor aside, these tiny daily rituals have something modern medicine occasionally forgets: dignity. They give power back to the individual. They say, "You're not broken, you're adaptable." And that message is priceless. Let's also not forget how interconnected the mind and the body are. When you place your tongue and focus on your breath for 10 seconds, your brain's attention shifts inward. Anxiety softens. That's no small thing. Chronic stress is one of the most underrated triggers for cardiovascular events, including strokes. In essence, the doctor's tiny trick doubles as a mini meditation. Calms both your vessel walls and your racing thoughts. Because peace in the nervous system always becomes peace in the bloodstream. Every habit has symbolism, and this one is poetic. The tongue, an organ that speaks, tastes, and connects us to the world, is the same tool that can bring silence and healing within. There's something deeply human about that duality. The words we use can harm or heal others, and the placement of that same tongue can literally heal us. So next time you practice it, think of it not as a health hack, but as a pause to honor what your body still knows how to do. Self-balance. Let's revisit our Japanese doctor one final time. When asked why, at over 100, he still treats patients, he smiled gently and answered, "Because I like proving that calmness is stronger than time." He spends his mornings performing the tongue trick himself, breathing softly as sunlight spills across stacks of patient notebooks. Outside, the city hums. Inside, his body hums back. A quiet echo of control, serenity, and clarity. That image, perhaps, is the heart of true medicine. The union of science and serenity. So here's the takeaway, elegantly simple yet deeply transformative. Every day, for just 10 seconds, you can teach your body to feel safe again. The sequence? Place your tongue gently on the roof of your mouth, breathe slowly through your nose, and hum softly as you exhale. Then make gentle side-to-side movements with your neck, as if saying a slow no to stress. 10 seconds of this practice doesn't sound heroic. But compounded daily, it's a quiet revolution against tension, chaos, and fear. Imagine, decades from now, your grandchildren asking your secret to longevity, expecting a list of vitamins, and you tell them, "I just remembered to breathe and hold my tongue." They'll laugh, you'll wink, and you'll know that sometimes the smallest gestures carry the deepest wisdom. Because the human body doesn't crave constant intervention. It craves harmony. And that's what this 10-second trick really represents. Not a quick fix, but a return to harmony. Your vagus nerve reconnects, your heart releases tension, and your brain remembers tranquility. In a world always asking for more effort, this ancient, time-tested wisdom asks for less rush, less panic, less noise. So tonight, when you're about to fall asleep, try it once. Feel your heartbeat slow, your breath deepen, and the edges of your thoughts soften. That's not just relaxation, it's protection. A shield made from stillness practiced for 10 simple seconds. Take care of your nerves and they will take care of your heart. Stay consistent, stay curious, and allow your own biology to remind you. Peace is the oldest medicine we have. If you found something gentle yet powerful in this message, pass it on to someone you love. Because calmness, like health, grows stronger when shared. Stay wise, stay well, and may your next 10 seconds be the calmest of your day.
Hold up if you care about your health. Don't skip this. Healthy Buddy's top picks are Here Clean. Trusted products that help you feel better every day. More energy, better sleep, stronger you. Check them out now, your body will thank you.